Now, a senior negotiator appointed by Donald Trump is on his way to the Middle East to promote a future peace plan for Israel and Palestine. President Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, was expected to accompany Jason Greenblatt on a week-long tour of Gulf states. The U.S. delegation will outline the economic elements of a proposal aimed at ending the decades-old conflict. Well, Al Jazeera's senior political analyst, Marwan Bishara, joins me in the studio now. Marwan, we haven't heard much about this trip by Kushner, so what's the purpose of the visit? Tell us.
Look, notably, it's to build on the so-called momentum that the United States created in Warsaw just a few days ago, where Vice President Mike Pence and Secretary of State Mike Pompeo brought Israelis and Arabs together without the Palestinians in order to advance the notion of some Arab-Israeli alliance against Iran. Now, it's important for any American initiative in Israel-Palestine to be supported by the Arab world. Now, guess what? There isn't much left in the Arab world. Most of it is either in conflict or at war. Two of it, Jordan and Egypt, already have peace agreements with Israel, and 3 or 4 of them will never have agreements with Israel at this point in time, like Syria, Lebanon, Iraq, and so on and so forth. So the only thing that's left is the Gulf countries. So the Gulf countries are not only standing and healthy, they're also wealthy. And I think Kushner and company wants to use the Gulf countries as cow cash, or cash cow, if you will, in order to finance their new economics of peace.
And there's been much talk, Marwan, about Donald Trump's grand plan for peace in our time in the Middle East. But are they likely to reveal any details about this plan?
No, it doesn't seem like it. Most of the background reports say they're not. In fact, the last 2 years, we've been teased about it nonstop. But it's been going on, Darren, for 2 years. 2 years, trickle, but nothing serious. And now we're told not until after the Israeli elections, meaning not until May of this year.
And critics, Marwan, will say, look, Jared Kushner, he's Trump's son-in-law. He and Trump are extremely close to Israel. People will say, well, hang on, is he an honest broker for this deal?
Well, extremely close to Israel would be an understatement. They are extremely close to the illegal Israeli settlers in the occupied Palestinian lands. They actually have charities and foundations in support of illegal settlers in the West Bank. So let me give you just a quick comparison of what this means. Imagine for a moment that President Obama appointed as a special envoy to the peace between Israelis and Palestinians an Islamist American Palestinian, right, that is close to Hamas, and said, this is my envoy to Israel-Palestine. Well, I'm sure Israel and all its friends in Washington would go up in arms about, well, that's not fair, this is not objective, it's not fair sponsorship. Well, here we have three members, trio, if you will, Greenblatt, Kushner, and Friedman, the American ambassador to Israel. All 3 of them are extreme Zionist supporters of settlers in the occupied territories.
So they're never going to be honest brokers.
So you ask me if they're honest broker? Well, right. I'll leave it to our viewers to decide.
A final thought from Marwan. All right, so what do Israelis and Palestinians think about this, and what's the chance for success?
Well, so far the Palestinians have, of course, boycotted everything that has to do with the Trump administration since it recognized Jerusalem as capital of Israel. Now, what are the Palestinians saying? What the Palestinians are saying, before that, let me say, Israel is waiting, but Israel is supportive in general because they'll probably get a rough draft of it before it's announced. The Palestinians, and that's the important party here, they reject much of what is coming out of the Trump administration. They severed relations with the Trump administration. And basically they're saying, look, what is there left to talk about when the illegal settlements are supported by the Trump administration, Jerusalem and its confiscation by Israel is supported by the Trump administration, refugees and their non-return and basically the killing of the whole issue is supported by the Trump administration. And sidelining the Palestinian question in favor of Israeli-Arab relations is supported by Israel. No Palestinian state on all of the West Bank and Gaza supported by Trump. There is really nothing left much. Everything's already been said by the trio, and it doesn't look very good.
Yeah. All right, Marwan, thank you very much for your insight. Marwan Bishara there.